Welcome to GeorgeWay mathTV.
Use substitution to solve the system. Well, so I'm being told that I should use the substitution method. And I'm given two equations. So I will just label them like this is my equation number 1, this is my equation number 2. So because I'm using substitution method, I have to make sure that one of the equations has either y equals or x equals. Looking at these equations, right, this equation has just y equals that. So what I'm gonna do now is, since I'm using substitution method, right, I'm gonna say plug in, since y is equal to this, right, plug in the 2x plus 7 right there into y equals 2x plus 7, into equation number 1. And this is what I mean by that. So equation number 1 is 3x minus 4 instead of y, because with this substitution method, what my y is, I'm gonna plug it in right here. So my y is 2x plus 7. So I put 2x plus 7 and then equals negative 18. And then I'm just going to solve it. So now I got 3x. Here I'm going to distribute. Negative 4 times 2x is negative 8x. Negative 4 times 7 is negative 28. And it equals negative 18. And when I'm doing equations, I know I have to always check both sides. And if I can combine like terms, I go ahead and do that. So looking at this side right here, I see that these two are like terms. So I'm going to combine it. So 3 minus 8, that is actually a negative. So I got negative 5x. And then minus 28 equals negative 18. I'm solving for x, but I have a number with the x. So I want to have that by itself first before I can solve for the x. So that means now I gotta get rid of the negative 28. So I do the opposite to get rid of it. So I add 28. Whatever I do on one side, I do the same thing on the other side. Negative 28 plus 28, that will cancel. And now I have my negative 5x by itself equals negative 18 divided by 28 is 10. And to get the x by itself, I have to divide by the number with the variable x, which is negative 5. I do the same thing on the other side. Negative 5 cancel, so I have my x equals negative 2. So I'm able to find, now I know what x is. X is negative 2. But I also have to get a number for y. So now that I know what the x is, all I gotta do is pick any of the equations that I want and plug in negative 2 for x. And it looks like equation number 2 will be easier. So now I'm just going to do like, let me just do this right here. And say, okay, let me just put it right here. So plug in x equals negative 2 into equation 2. So now equation 2 says y equals 2 and my x is negative 2. So I put negative 2 and then plus 7. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4 and then plus 7. Negative 4 plus 7 is 3. So I had x equals negative 2 and now I have y equals 3. So let me just put it right here. So my x again, negative 2, my y is 3. And that's it. So all I gotta do is just make sure I have x equals or y equals. And whatever that is, like in this case, I plug it into the other equation where I see that variable. And then I solve it. Oh man, this is I love this. Alright, what about this right here? So this one right here too, I have two equations. So this is like my equation number 1 and this equation number 2. But again, I'm being asked to use the substitution method. So that means I have to be able to look at both equations and look if they have just x equals or y equals. But looking at these two equations, it's not like this one that I have y equals. I don't see any x equals or y equals. And I'm being asked to use the substitution method too. So that means I have to pick one of the equations and then solve for a variable. So let's say I'm gonna pick equation number 2. So x minus 2y equals 3, and I have to just solve for any variable that I want. So let's say I'm gonna solve for variable x. So if I'm solving for x, that means I have to get rid of whatever is close to x. So I'm adding 2y on both sides. This cancels out. So I have x equals 3 plus 2y. So just like here it was already, here I had to solve it. I chose to solve for x using this equation. So now I have x equals 3 plus 2y. So let me just say equation number 3. And now that I have that and I'm using substitution method, what the x is, I have to plug it into the other equation. So I'm just going to say plug x equals the 3 plus 2y, and I'll just say into equation number 1. So now I have equation number 1 says -4, but where I see x, I'm going to put what I have right here, which is the 3 plus 2y, and then plus 3y equals -17. And I'll just solve it. So here -4 times 3 is -12. -4 times 2y is -8y. And then plus 3y equals -17. And whenever I'm solving an equation, I check both sides of the equal sign to see if I can combine any like term. So on this side of the equal sign, I should be able to combine these two. And I'm just going to combine just like it is. So I have -8 plus 3. And -8 plus 3 is -5. So I have -5y. I bring down my -12. And then my equal sign. And then -17. I'm solving for y. But I have a number with the y. So I want to get that by itself first before I can get just the y by itself. So whatever is close to this, I gotta get rid of it. The -12, and I do the opposite to get rid of it. So plus 12, whatever I do on one side, I'm doing the same thing on the other side. So I'm gonna add 12 here also. These two will cancel out. So now I have -5y equals -17 plus 12 is -5. And now I want to get just the y by itself. So whatever is in front of the y, I gotta divide by 8. So I'm dividing by -5. I'll do the same thing right here. That cancels out. So now I have y equals 1. And now I have y equals a number. But what about x? We have to also find out what x is. To be able to do that, I can pick any of the equations that I want. So let's say I pick equation number 2, right? I'm going to plug in 1 for where I see y. So I'll just say plug in y equals 1 into equation 2. So that means I have x minus 2. My y came out to be 1, and then equals 3. So now I have x, x minus 2 equals 3. To get x by itself, I have to add 2 on both sides. So plus 2, plus 2. The 2's cancel out. Let me just move on to this side right here. so it will be more clearer. So the 2's is cancelled out, so now I have x by itself equals 3 plus 2, which is 5. So x equals 5, and I already have y equals 1. And that's it. Now it's your turn. I want you to practice some of these questions on your own. You're going to keep practicing. The more you do it, you're going to be really good. Okay?
Please don't forget to subscribe, tap the bell to be notified for new videos, and share.